Hi, it's Chris Moore with Senior Remodeling Experts. In the last video, we spoke with Carlisle Robertson, a realtor, and we touched on the fact that aging in place is a team sport. And when I say that aging in place is a team sport, it means that there are a number of disciplines required for people to successfully age in place. And in this video, we're going to talk a little bit about what those are and how someone who is setting out on their planning journey to age in place might address and find those different providers that would be helpful in filling those different areas. So first of all, I'm going to just talk about the 5 key areas that I think are important when someone is looking to age in place. And the first one is housing. And of course, that's the piece that we provide here at Senior Remodeling Experts. The second piece is healthcare. It's important to, take care of your health, both proactively and, any treatment for any conditions that might need attention. Finances. It's important to have the financial wherewithal in place to pay for these services and to safeguard and to manage your finances in a way that will preserve and build your wealth. Transportation. Oftentimes when people are getting older, they reach a point where it's really not safe for them to drive anymore. And so getting to their appointments, getting to all the places they need to go is something that needs attention. And, we'll talk more about that in the future, but driving is more than just getting around. It represents independence. It represents autonomy. And so oftentimes that can become a very difficult conversation in terms of whether or not it's safe for somebody to continue driving. And then finally, social and community interaction. Now, one of the things with aging in place is that sometimes people can become isolated if they do not have a strong social network, if they don't have family, they don't have church family, they don't have neighbors that can provide that level of interaction, and people become lonely. And I read recently that there's been studies that show that loneliness can be as dangerous to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. So loneliness can be a huge issue, and depending on the personality of the person, that may be a bigger issue for some people than for others. So when I talk about aging in place as a team sport, it's important to have providers. It's important to have resources in each one of these areas that we spoke about. And as we go on with this video, we will be talking to providers in the different segments of this continuum who provide services in these different areas. But for right now, we're just going to talk a little bit more about what each one of these entails. Housing, of course, we are looking to provide homes that are safe and accessible for people of all ages and abilities. The 2 biggest things that we look to provide as a baseline for all of our clients is a 0-step entry, some way to get into the house without having to climb steps, and an accessible bathroom that can be utilized safely and effectively with a mobility device such as a wheelchair or a walker. And then beyond that, within housing, wider doorways, wider hallways, sometimes a remote activity monitoring system of one kind or another, fall prevention, slip-resistant flooring, bright and glare-free lighting are some of the things we look at in the housing sector. Fall prevention, of course, being a huge part of successfully keeping people in their homes. Oftentimes, a fall and a broken bone is the beginning of the end for people living independently, which ties right into the next segment, which is healthcare. And fall prevention is not only having a home that is safe and slip resistant floors and fall prevention such as railings and grab bars, but also maintaining your health, staying active, keeping your balance up, being cognizant of any medications that you might be taking that might affect your balance. Continuing to maintain your activity level, good nutrition, all of those things to help keep your health in good standing. I have been doing a lot of reading recently, just about the assumption that as we get older, our health has to decline. And I don't believe that's necessarily the case. There are many people who at very advanced ages are quite fit and quite active. And a lot of that, I think, has to do with diet and activity, exercise, and also with just a good mental positive attitude, which has such an effect on our health. Finances is, a whole nother question. People are in this day and age, concerned about the economy, concerned about, how they're going to build and preserve their wealth throughout the course of their life. The model that we work all our lives and save money and then hope that our money's going to outlive us and outlast our retirement years, I think is something that might make sense to re-look at and consider. Is that the best plan for you and your life? Certainly the younger that you are able to start acquiring and building and preserving wealth, the better off you are. But we'll talk more about finance, transportation, what those different things look like. There's a lot of talk about walkable communities. There's a lot of talk about living in areas where there's public transportation. There are certainly more options for transportation besides driving your own vehicle in the more urban and suburban areas than in rural areas. And so the idea that we will look at some other options and what types of cooperation we can have with others in getting to the place we need. And then finally, community and social interaction, having opportunities to continue to do those activities which bring us joy and fulfillment. I am a strong advocate for people continuing to do the activities, the hobbies, the things that they enjoy throughout the course of their life. I think that gives you purpose, gives you motivation to continue. And the idea that you reach a certain age where you're too old to do anything, I oppose that kind of thinking. I think that to aspire to continue to enjoy the kinds of things that bring you fulfillment throughout the course of your life. You may do them in a slightly different way, at a slightly different speed, but I would encourage you to find ways to continue to do those things that you enjoy doing. So that's just a brief introduction to the different areas of aging in place, and we will over the course of the next few months have some different providers on the channel talking about what their part is in the aging in place continuum and being on the team. And once again, aging in place is a team sport. This is Chris Moore with Senior Remodeling Experts. Thank you for watching. And please, if these videos are helpful to you, please like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much and have a great day.